This is Gerard Wiley checking in, and I would like to say hello to everybody watching today. Welcome to Neuro Marketing 101.
Let me listen to your brain. Let me tune into your brain. Let me pick up on your brain. I'ma listen to your brain. Let me listen to your brain. Let me tune into your brain. Let me pick up on your brain. I'ma listen to your brain.
Now, in case you haven't heard about neuromarketing, it actually gathers sophisticated information about consumers and mental engagement with media and how it can affect their buying behavior. Now today, according to scientists, 95% of behaviors and reactions happen at the subconscious level. We're not even thinking about it. And our brains are so incredible, they literally process 2,000 bits of information per second. That's incredible. Now, according to corporate televisions, there are actually 7 ways to sell a decision-making old brain. And these 7 ways are simple. They're visual, create contrast, use first of last, use emotion, keep it simple, make it concrete, and make it personal. Now, with all 7 of those ways, you have formed yourself a beautiful marketing campaign, whether it's for a commercial or for an ad. And I've actually included a few examples of commercials that I think use neuromarketing brilliantly, and have actually adapted all 7 of those ways I've just discussed with you. Now, the first commercial I'm going to show you is actually The Day After Tomorrow, which was a feature film that came out a few years ago.
Are at a loss to explain what is causing this weather and why it has taken them by surprise.
That sudden drop in temperature has half an hour ago. Mexican officials closed the border in the light of so many U.S. refugees.
Be prepared to go live to Los Angeles.
What you see is happening now.
Look over there behind me! That's a tornado! Yes, a twister!
This is just massive.
And lower Manhattan is virtually inaccessible.
A wall of water coming towards New York City! Everybody, get out of here!
Save as many as you can.
This commercial appears to the primitive part of our brain. The world, it's coming to an end. This is something that literally sparks the fear into millions of people in America. And the commercial, it's intentionally targeting our fight or flight instinct in our primitive part of the brain. Now, the commercial also triggers our emotional part of the brain as well. We fear the unknown. They give us the loud and epic sounding music. We're given our thrilling visuals, and it's just a lot of suspense. So with everything that commercial packs, you're left with that exciting feeling of wanting more. The second commercial I decided to include is another big favorite of mine, and that's actually the Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a new movie that also came out a few years ago. Now, this commercial targets the same parts of the brain as the previous example, the primitive and the feeling.
Drop it now!
Hey, cool, man. No problem. No problem at all.
Who are you?
Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys, I forget this.
themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Now, when first watching this commercial, we're presented with a sense of excitement and danger. As viewers, we're immediately immersed into the action of whatever fight is going on. We don't know, we're just dropped in the middle of it, and we become a part of that world. So our primitive brain, it reacts immediately, followed by our feeling portion of the brain. Now, towards the end of the commercial, some comic relief is also added. It makes viewers feel more comfortable, and it unconsciously forces them to better relate to what's going on, even if you don't fully understand the movie. So not only are we given that rush of adrenaline from our primitive part of the brain, our emotional part of the brain automatically feels more inclined to watch the movie. And the last commercial I decided to include is actually my favorite. It's the Snickers, the Brady Bunch commercial, which dropped Super Bowl of the last year before, I believe. Now, I love this commercial because I honestly think it targets all three portions of the brain, which was brilliantly done. Now, although all of the parts of the brain are involved, the commercial mainly focuses on the right side of the brain. And according to science, that is where our creativity comes from. And it is a very creative commercial.
Marcia, what happened?
Peter hit me in the nose with a football. I can't go to the dance like this.
Well, I'm sure it was an accident, sweetheart.
An eye for an eye. That's what Dad always says.
I never said that, honey.
Shut up! Time to teach Peter a lesson.
Marcia, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little hostile when you're hungry. Better? Better.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Jan, this isn't about you.
It never is.
Now, because the commercial is for Snickers, which is food, we automatically know that the primitive part of the brain is being targeted, even if you don't want it to. Because as humans, our brains are immediately attracted to food. And that's simple because food keeps us alive. We need food to survive. If we don't eat, we starve. Now, the commercial then targets the feeling portion of the brain. You can relate easily with the story because everyone knows how it feels when they get hungry. It's never a good thing. So then you actually begin to think about eating a Snickers bar or some sort of candy. It unconsciously happens during the commercial or after watching it. It literally does make you hungry.